Okay, hi everybody. Just a quick video for today. I've got more Ottomans. I'm making pretty good progress on these. The ones you see here are the ones with spears. So I got another base finished. Just finished touching up the some brown paint on the rocks. And I got another pair on that base. I think I may have goofed with the count and the units because I'm not sure with these cavalry swords, because I'm not sure how many left I'm supposed to have, but it's okay. These things happen. I also glued I might do just a quick brush prime on these. I glued the command, basically the army command to their horses. We got a drummer. We've got our, could be a pasha. Pasha could be a what we call Sanjak Bey, so banner provincial commander, or a Beyler Bey, which is like a higher level provincial commander. So in the Ottoman military system, a Beyler Bey will have, I think, depending on the period, will have a number of Sanjak Beys beneath him, basically. So a little Ottoman Turkish vocabulary lesson. Yeah, he's got a sword, it looks like. Kind of a busy figure for the scale, but he might look pretty good when I get him all painted up. And then the last part of the command stand is where is he? There he is. The standard bearer. And he's got some nicely dressed. Looks like he's got probably supposed to be a fur cloak. Yeah, kind of similar to the Polish, but Polish and Transylvanian or Hungarians and Turks all kind of had a similar style of dress at this time. So, but obviously with variations and all that. I'm pretty pleased with the progress. When you guys leave comments and stuff, and watching everybody else's videos, it helps me stay motivated a lot. So thank you. It's definitely nice to have encouragement like that, and nice little, not really a community, but yeah, I mean, nice people to watch paint as well, and to check out my painting. So yeah, it's nice. I also was looking at some Vietnam War miniatures in 28mm from Assault Group, because I'd seen that on their website before, but I hadn't checked them out, and they look pretty good. In the pictures, I think there's some other Vietnam ranges out there. I think I may want to pursue that as a project in the near future, because actually before I got into this Ottoman stuff, that was my main focus. I thought I was going to do my graduate work on the Vietnam War, but unfortunately in the US that subject can't really be studied honestly for various reasons. But I still find the history fascinating, going all the way back to like the French period in Indochina. The French even before the war, and the the changes in the region over 50 years, roughly, in the 20th century is just really fascinating. Um, at my parents' house back in the U.S., I have a pretty big uh, collection of Vietnam books, and maybe someday I can make a video on that, or do like some recommendations from the stuff I've read. Um, but if I do Vietnam, it'll be nice because maybe I could make. I was thinking as I was putting it together to do maybe like a Central Highlands themed pair of armies, like circa 1967 or 66, 67. So, NVA, which were active in the Central Highlands, and maybe, some regular GIs, mostly regular GIs. And then maybe I could have like a squad of special forces mixed with some either with some Vietnamese or some Hmong militia. I think that could be kind of neat. Um, Although, I'll have to look into that more because I don't know. I don't know the manufacturers for Vietnam that well. There is a guy who runs a small company in the UK that is making some Vietnam figures, but his name, the shop, his business name escapes me right now. But I might look into that because I would probably do it in 28 mil. Something I could play with like some kind of basic rules. I think Osprey has like a set of rules for like near modern. Of course, the uh, Flames of War Battlefront also some makes a range of Vietnam era figures and rules. Although I don't know. I think 20 millimeters more interesting because for the most part Vietnam was a infantry kind of um, conflict. So um, yeah. But I mean, another thing with Vietnam, kind of like World War II, I mean, there's so many projects you can do within it that can be really interesting and unique. So many scenarios that you can wargame from it. Um, Maybe I think after doing all this more colorful stuff in the future, it'll be nice to maybe do something that's not as vibrant because Americans wore green, olive drab green, and all that. So I also have at home. I have a pretty significant collection of Vietnam militaria that I could maybe share on the channel someday. I've got a nice set of reproduction jungle fatigues um, that are proper reproductions, not the ones you can buy on Amazon for $30. Um, I have they're called the Type 2 fatigues, which still have the shoulder straps actually, which were phased out in the Type 3 version, which is the kind of fatigues you think of when you think of U.S. soldiers in Vietnam. I've got and I've got web gear and stuff, and I've got a lot. So I did Vietnam reenactments for a period of time, which I miss doing, but they kind of dried up. So anyway, that was a little detour. So maybe you'll see some Vietnam stuff on the channel soon, um, especially because price wise, it'll probably be more manageable to make a company of U.S. and a company of NVA than to invest in like a bigger army. Um, and But at this stage, I think I've got the armies for the periods I want to game for the most part. Um, Especially because as I move back to the U.S., I'm still going to have to think about my budgeting and making sure that I'm not spending too much. Because when you're a doctoral student, you get paid a small amount of money, quite often, unfortunately, under minimum wage. So, um, and you can't get a job. That's the other thing. So that's a little real world detour. Can't get a job on the side, I should say. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, I think the Vietnam stuff could be fun. A lot of fun vehicles like the APCs, obviously helicopters. Um, and it would be fun to paint up some NVA um, with, maybe with like some captured American weapons and Viet Cong. So, yeah, that was just something I thought about. Uh, you know, I've never really shared about that on the channel, but that was actually my still one of my big historical passions, Vietnam era, and I still like reading about it and stuff. So, um, yeah, and especially because I just, I've been I do buy the Games Workshop stuff. Obviously, you can see it on the channel. I do play the where I was playing the game systems periodically, but with real life in the next several years, I just can't see myself putting money into that hobby, even at the level I have been the last few years, which is still probably a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, not as much as other people who might get invested in that. So I think it'll be the better decision for me to focus more on historical systems and miniatures that I can afford and will probably make also for the channel, make for more interesting videos. So okay, so thanks for staying with me and listening to my little hobby thoughts, and I will talk to you guys in the next video, and keep painting and keep playing, I guess. All right, thank you for watching.